What's poppin', people? It's Dante here on JFK Boulevard. John F. Kennedy. Who killed Kennedy? Here we are at the Comcast Tower. There's two towers. One of them is hidden behind the Misconduct Tavern, but there's the original Comcast Tower, the big computer building, the big robot building. Imagine if all the computers in there were mining Bitcoin right now. So I have a thought, and that is, life is a video game, right? And what does that mean? What does that mean to me when I say life is a video game? So I grew up playing lots of video games, and honestly, I was probably a bit addicted to video games as a kid, and it was a bad habit, honestly, at the end of the day. It leads to isolation, it leads to a bunch of negative things. It makes you angry, you know, you're screaming at the screen and getting frustrated easily. Yeah, overall, I think it's really bad for the youth, genuinely. I think the more that we promote video gaming as a solution for recreational activity for kids, yeah, the worse. It's really bad, and I mean, I just have that experience, so I just figure I'd mention that. But when I think of life as a video game, I think of games like Zelda, I think of games like even Call of Duty, the first person perspective, right? Holding the gun in first person. When I'm walking around, you know, you see from the POV of my GoPro. You know, in certain games like Skyrim, you have different sort of attributes to level up and get to maximum levels. You have to grind, you have to go and mine, you have to go and slay zombies, you have to go and do certain tasks to increase your charisma, increase your stealth, increase what you can carry. And I think that we should treat ourselves like the ultimate video game character, and I think that makes life a little bit more interesting when you think this way. It's been helping me, at least. Look, my sneak is up. My sneak levels are up, so I can pickpocket. But I don't know, and get quick and candid photos. That's one of my benefits. Honestly, I couldn't really oh look, I actually got a pretty decent frame there. Vertical. I actually got that. See, you can multitask. When you go out here and you shoot on the streets, and you've been doing it for a decade, look, I can shoot with my eyes closed, okay? And so yeah, I'm thinking about life as a video game, okay? I'm kind of mumbling and jumbling today. I like having these rants though. I think they're kind of fun to just rant. Welcome to the Schizo Rants. Schizo Rant by Dante. And so yeah, like when I go into the gym, I'm increasing my strength. And when I eat meat, you know, and you get deep sleep, you're increasing your power each day. And I like to just think of it like that, just increasing your power. Like ultimately as a man, what do you want to increase the most? Your power, right? You know, so that's kind of like it's kind of a fun thought. Like and also when I practice my street photography, in terms of treating life like a video game, it's like, what's the worst outcome that can possibly happen if somebody were to confront you for taking a picture, right? In video games, we have non-playable characters, right? NPC. And so when I see the cars passing by, it's like the NPCs are just refreshing. The NPCs, they're refreshing. They're coming in and out. They're like waves on the street. Even with the people, sometimes you can think that. You know, maybe that's a toxic thing to say, but honestly, it's a fun one, because I think there's only so many things that can happen. There's only a list of responses that an NPC can give you. And when you interact with somebody in a negative way, perhaps a confrontation, they're only gonna have a certain amount of things. Hey, why'd you take my picture? It's kind of like when you're playing Assassin's Creed and you like bump into someone. When you're playing Assassin's Creed, you bump into someone, they get startled and they like look back at you. They're like, hey, and then the police sort of like, you know, it's like your GTA star levels are increasing when you're doing street photography, and people are like weary of it or whatever. I think that's a funny one. It's like your GTA stars are increasing. Hot Pursuit. Oh man. But life as a video game is a fun concept. It just allows you to go out and explore a little bit more, I think, like a child again. Right? You can go ahead and like, I don't know, just like look for stuff. Like what's in the dirt? Are there any buried treasures like in Zelda? And you pull out a sword from the ground or like a new weapon that you unlock. I like picking up the newspapers from the free newspaper stands. You know, I think that's like a free gift. It's a free gift, and then I rip out the headlines and I'll make a collage out of that stuff later. So like there's just different things you can do. You can play like on the streets. Like, does this phone work? No. You know? And talk with more people and smile at everyone and just say, hey. I think that's a fun thing too. It's like, it's just a nice thing. It's a beautiful thing to smile and to spread positivity on the streets. I mean, look, there's Love Park, the love sign. We're the city of love, city of brotherly love. There's City Hall, the biggest castle. We have to man this castle, hold the walls down. That's a big fortress. We need 300 men guarding this castle at all times. Real men, Spartans, perhaps. Masons. So the moral of the story is treat life like a video game. It's more fun to think this way. Increase your charisma, increase your strength, increase your generosity, increase the stealth levels, right? You know, that you have, like kind of just like in the games, right? And yeah, maybe then we can start increasing our gold, right? That's the next thing. Increase our gold levels. I need more gold, ultimately. You need more power, more gold. So I think my next thing, I've got the power, now I need more gold. So I'm gonna go look for some gold, or maybe I can just go mine Bitcoin in the Comcast tower.